Let's move on now to look at what's been grabbing headlines around the world at this hour. And for that, we're joined once again on set by Solange Mougin. And Solange, the international press, as we could expect, is heavily covering Hurricane Irma.
Yeah, let's start by looking at the Haitian paper Le Nouvelliste. It's covering how little information Haitians are receiving from the government. And it says that there is no proper system to share warnings or tell people where they should go for shelter. And it says that the population is angry, it's scared, and all they can do, really, people are saying that all they can do is pray and to rely on word of mouth. Now, Le Nouvelliste also has an opinion piece in its paper that says that maybe declaring a state of an emergency before the storm hits would be a good idea, because that would help the government put in place a system to inform people about what to do.
Much, of course, of the international press is quite clearly comparing Hurricane Irma to Hurricane Harvey, which struck the south coast of the US just 2 weeks ago.
Yes, indeed. Is this the new normal? That's the question that The Guardian is asking this morning. It says many scientists are seeing signs that these superstorms may indeed become more commonplace. And they say that greenhouse gases are not the sole cause, but they say that warming temperatures, rising sea levels, are increasing the destructive power of these natural disasters. Now let's take a look at the Dutch cartoonist Emmanuel, who touches on that idea that the entire world is being affected by these changes in climate. On one side, you have someone suffering from famine and drought, and on the other, someone stuck on the roof of his house after a big flood. This drawing is in Le Courrier International, and it's it's saying we're all equal when it comes to natural disasters.
Well, moving away now from such natural disasters to focus on a divisive and controversial vote in Catalonia in Barcelona. The parliament there have succeeded in pushing through a law that will allow them to hold a referendum on whether that region should become independent from Madrid.
It's a vote that has sent shockwaves across Spain. In the widely read Spanish paper El País, they say that the separatists have imposed their will on Parliament. If we turn and look at a Catalan paper, La Vanguardia, they say that the ball is now in Spain's court, in the Spanish government's court, and that the tension that was in Barcelona during the 11 hours of debate has now moved to Madrid and towards Mariano Rajoy, the president of Spain. Mariano Rajoy says a vote is not going to happen. He's completely against it. He says it's against the Constitution, and he wants to prosecute politicians who have proposed the bill. Now, in La Vanguardia, there's also an editorial that's actually against the referendum, and it's saying that this vote was not the way to go and that it actually weakens Catalonian institutions, because Catalonia is not only divided on the issue, but that the Spanish Constitution, of course, is against a referendum. Now, moving on to Ara, which is a Catalonian paper. It's the only paper that's published only in Catalonian. They have an image that I think kind of sums it up. On one side, you have someone saying the referendum for independence is a legitimate request, and on the other, you have someone who believes in sovereign Spain saying sovereign Spain is sovereign Spain. It's an illegitimate request.
Okay, let's move on now to Greece, where the French president is on an official visit there, bringing with him a contingent of business leaders.
Yeah, the headline of the paper, Ta Nia, the Greek paper, has Emmanuel Macron saying, "I have confidence in the Greeks." And the paper says that Macron's sign of support is important because he's the first French president to bring business leaders with him to Greece. Also, the paper Cathy Marini also touches on this idea of it being a mutually beneficial two-day tour. It says they publish Macron's message of support, and they also publish a cartoon, Macron saying, "These are our investors," and Tsipras replying, "These are our archaeologists."
And finally, very quickly, an opinion piece in the New York Times about the power of humour.
Yeah, it's called Neo-Nazi on Your Street. The Ku Klux Klans, now you'll notice how Ku Klux Klan is written, can come to your aid. And it basically just says that we can all use humour to disarm our enemies.
Okay, Solange Mougin there with the International Press Review. Thank you very much.